In the last video, I showed you how to optimize your morning routine for maximum testosterone production. Now we're going to focus on two elements that make or break your hormonal health, and that is what you eat and how you sleep. Now, as a former engineer myself, I approach this systematically. These aren't random tips, but a precise framework designed specifically for men over 40 whose bodies no longer respond to the same strategies that worked when you were 20. Most men are unknowingly consuming testosterone-killing foods every day while missing the key nutrients that fuel hormone production. And then they compound that problem with sleep habits that sabotage overnight recovery when your body should be producing the most testosterone. So let's fix both problems, starting with exactly what you should and should not be eating. The testosterone boosting foods that you need are Greek yogurt, preferably full fat. As you know, it's super high in protein. It has a little bit of cholesterol and zinc, and these are all essential for testosterone production. And the bacteria in full fat Greek yogurt will support gut health, which influences hormone regulation through the gut-brain testicular axis. Another one you may not know about is red bell peppers. Red bell peppers contain more vitamin C than oranges, which is crazy if you think about it. When you get enough vitamin C through natural foods, you will reduce your cortisol levels, and it has also been shown to increase testosterone by up to 16% when combined with regular exercise. And the third one is one that's not very readily available, but I highly recommend you look for it. It's venison or deer meat. It's extremely lean and has higher B vitamin content than beef, specifically rich in B12 and iron, which are critical for energy and red blood cell formulation that supports testicular function. And one of my favorite meats is bison, because bison contains higher zinc and iron levels than conventional beef, with up to 40% more protein per serving. Bison is also naturally richer in creatine, which supports energy production and has been linked to increased test levels in men who lift weight. Plus, a good bison burger, come on. Another one is fatty fish like salmon, tuna, sardines. They all have vitamin D that can boost testosterone by up to 92%. Oysters is another good one. Oysters contain more zinc than any other food, and zinc is essential for sperm health and testosterone production. Now, I already mentioned beef before. If you are going to go for beef, I recommend grass-fed beef or liver and or ground beef, because that will increase your zinc and vitamin D levels as well. In the previous video, we talked about the best protein in the world, that's eggs, but definitely do not throw the yolk away, because in the yolk, you will find all the cholesterol, which is literally the building block of testosterone. Now, one food that is not often talked about and is also not really popular is pomegranates. Pomegranates increase testosterone and improve your mood and your blood pressure. When it comes to fruit, personally, I recommend you just eat as much fruit as possible. Variety is the spice of life. If you're looking for a specific fruit that will boost your testosterone, look into apples, pears, grapes, and also a little bit of honey, because it contains boron. Boron is a mineral that increases testosterone and nitric oxide production, and that improves your blood flow. Here are some foods that will kill testosterone. The first one is flax seeds. Despite being called a superfood, flax seeds are actually loaded with lignans that increase estrogen and sex hormone binding globulin. And what this does is basically renders testosterone inactive. Studies show that just 2 tablespoons daily of flaxseed can drop testosterone by 15%. The second one is one that's been popular lately, and that's vegetable and especially seed oils, soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil. These polyunsaturated fats create inflammation and directly lower testosterone. Go for olive oil instead, or avocado oil, or coconut oil. Now, another one that you probably know is not that great for you is soy products. Soy products are high in phytoestrogen, and these can activate estrogen receptors and disrupt your thyroid function, which is essential for testosterone production. Now, alcohol is one that you don't want to hear about, and nobody really wants to hear this in general. I personally don't really drink myself, but if you do drink, it is imperative to minimize your drinking, because even moderate consumption can reduce testosterone levels by 7% or more. If you really want to get demotivated from drinking alcohol, look up Huberman on YouTube and all the studies on the detrimental effects of alcohol. Now, another one that I hope I don't need to mention, but I'm just going to go ahead and mention it anyway, it's baked goods like pastries, muffins, and cookies. They're loaded with trans fats, which is the absolute worst kind of fats. It's like a man-made fat that just sticks to your arteries. Those trans fats are made with partially hydrogenated oils. They trigger systemic inflammation and directly suppress your hormone production. Also, in these pastries, you'll find refined sugars, and that spikes insulin and can reduce your luteinizing hormone sensitivity. In the same realm is another food to avoid, and that's processed breakfast cereals. They're high in refined carbohydrates that spike blood sugar and insulin, and that creates a hormonal cascade that just suppresses testosterone. Now, of course, I'm not saying that carbohydrates are bad. To me, the best 2 carbs in the world are potatoes and fruit. But with breakfast cereals, you also get added soy lecithin and phytoestrogens that further disrupt your hormone levels. Now, with that said, it is very popular to say that abs are made in the kitchen. And yeah, they are, because the only way you're gonna see your stomach is if you have low body fat levels. And the way you get low body fat levels is to show restraint and deprive your fat cells from fuel, which is essentially being on a caloric deficit while keeping your protein levels up. So essentially, all that stuff happens in the kitchen, right? But in regards to your testosterone, 80% of your testosterone is produced in your bed when you go to sleep. So here's your exact pre-sleep protocol. First, you wanna set a consistent bedtime based on your lifestyle and also the season of your life that you're currently in. Now, ideally, you go to bed at, let's say, 9 p.m. and you wake up at 6 a.m. the next day. But if you just had triplets, then you're in a different season of life. To the best of your ability, try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. This will train your brain to release melatonin at the right time. And everybody who has lived long and happy lives, they all have one thing in common, and that is that they went to bed and woke up at the same time. Then 3 hours before bed, I recommend you stop eating and drinking. It doesn't have to be exactly 3 hours, but it is ideal because you give your body and your stomach enough time to digest all the food before you lay horizontal. And then 2 hours before bed, stop working and put on some blue light blocking glasses. If you can, take a warm shower about 60 minutes before bed. Then when you step out, your body temperature will drop, and that mimics the natural drop that triggers sleepiness. Also, keep your bedroom cool, between 62 to 68 degrees, depending on personal preference. The lower your body temperature, the more you will get that deep sleep and thus testosterone production. Also, just sleep with minimal clothing. This further lowers your body temperature and improves sperm production and testosterone levels. If you implement these nutrition and sleep strategies, you will dramatically shift your hormonal environment. And within just 14 days, you'll start feeling the difference in your energy, focus, and drive. Now, in their final video coming up, I'm gonna show you the exact supplements that can safely boost your testosterone by another 20 to 30%. Plus, I will tell you how to know if you actually need testosterone replacement therapy, which, spoiler alert, most men don't. But we're gonna go over the exact details on when you can determine whether it's something that you should go for. Go ahead and answer the question right below this video, and I'll see you in the final video of the High T Timeline.